Hello everyone, welcome to your June Tarotscopes for the time of 2018. And to tell you the honest truth, I have tried for about 3 days straight to be able to do these, and I've done nothing but get confuddled and all messed up. So I wanted to ensure that I had the right space and frame of mind to be able to get us started. So June 2018, let's start with Aries. Aries, you're going to find the home and the family is all about putting a little bit more energy and effort in. You may not feel like this is paying off. However, it's better than wasting your time trying to get everyone to conform when they're all wanting to do something completely different. Your career goals and aspirations indicate that this is going to be a very significant time in which you are going to be finding yourself working towards areas which bring in personal security, back to the basics, and this will be excellent for you, especially if you've been looking for a promotion, looking at putting in better effort and energy for financial gain or recognition, because this is where the projects are for you. And for those that are looking, you may be finding going back to school, maybe there's a little bit of training or education going on to help support you along the way. However, it is that this is not going to be one of those months where you're going to accomplish a lot, but what you do accomplish, it's going to be worthwhile. Financially, wonderful offers are sitting on the table. This is an opportunity in which you can look at ways in which to reassess your finances. Perhaps there is a really good deal that you're looking at trying to secure. If this is the case, I see great successes. Health and betterment, take care of the areas connected to the feet and circulation. You may be finding yourself feeling a little bit tired or overwhelmed. Perhaps you're unsure about where your next destination or step should be. Just take care of making sure that you've got yourself on some good shoes and solid ground. Relationships, there is a little bit of speculation here. You may be finding yourself a little apprehensive or cautious, questioning what people think or feel about you. And this could be a time in which you really do need to step back and see, where am I contributing to possible other people's feelings and so forth. For those that are single and looking, this month offers you an opportunity in which to be a fantastic observer. Great to be a group of friends or socially connected, but it's really not a perfect month for you to be putting yourself out there. Taurus, you are juggling quite a lot at the moment, so the home and the family is going to feel a little bit all over the place. However, I do feel it'll pay dividends for you by the end of the month. It is a chance for you to really look at what are you trying to accomplish. Are you balancing out or trying to juggle your finances and your commitments, your goals towards your family, or even trying to be between places and homes throughout this period of time? Your career goals and aspirations, a few surprises are in the mix. You may be finding yourself on the unexpected receiving end of some news. I don't get here it's good or bad, but don't waste your time worrying about spilt milk. This is a chance for you to really excel forward when you get the opportunity. Now, for those that are looking for work, this could be a time in which you find yourself in the right place or the right opportunity surprisingly falls in your lap. Why isn't this happening for those already in secure work? Because I feel that there is a lot more competition sitting around you. Financially, a little bit of conflict and anxiety. This will arise from around about 3 months ago or around about the time of the month of March, and you could be finding yourself coming up against the same issues or problems again. You're going to need to be a little bit more strong-minded and look at ways in which you can better overcome your financial conflicts. It's not worth the arguments. Look at restructuring your budget or other ways, but something's costing you more than it really should. Health and betterment, take care of in and around your 7th house. You may be finding there's a few imbalances to do with the blood work, your kidneys, your bladder. There's a lot of adjustments going on. You could be purely exhausted. You may need to take care of those areas so as to ensure that you're not running yourself too ragged. Relationships, well, somebody from the past is popping up into your life. Perhaps it's a time of an anniversary. You could be finding you're rekindling quite a lot of your dreams and aspirations you've wanted to share for some time. And for those that are single and looking, oh, somebody's caught your eye, but you've had some sort of an association before. Perhaps it's just a memory, perhaps it's just a reunion. Is this going to work? Well, we're not getting a yes or a no here, but what I can tell you, it is a time to really reassess whether or not you still need them in your life. Gemini, home and family talks about the fact that you've got to keep things right here and now. Don't try and overplan or overstretch your energy. You may be finding yourself feeling quite frustrated very quickly and very easily. Career goal and pathways are showing quite a lot of change. This is a very busy month ahead, a lot of recognition, and also a way in which you can achieve your bigger or highest goals. There is travel on the agenda, so don't be surprised if all of a sudden you're mixing some work with pleasure. For those that are looking, well, of course, you're going to be finding yourself a little bit restless. Outside your normal boundaries will be the best place to be. Perhaps you are looking at changing your career path. You are looking at a relocation, and this can mean just a small step to another town, or maybe this is a big commitment, and I do feel that you should have some really good results, especially for those that are looking for overseas or foreign interest. Financially, this is a month of a lot of problems and issues that will come around. Now, you may be finding yourself pushing very difficultly to get to where you're going, or pushing to get things into place, and there may be a small amount of issue going on because you feel that there should be this amount of money being spent or in the bank, and somebody has something completely different on their agenda. Health and well-being, look after the 8th house, which is the house of the hormones in and around your sexual areas and reproductive areas. It also would tell you that you need to be very careful of blocks or energy area where you're tending to finding yourself getting yourself into a position where you're not looking after your betterment and well-being, and then all of a sudden everything starts happening at once. Relationships, you actually do have quite a lucky time around relationships, so you may be finding this is quite positive for putting plans into action, or maybe there's a beautiful lucky time for you both to just do what you've wanted to do and enjoy the energy or the connection between you both. Now, for those that are single and looking, this is a different story altogether. Right place, right time, opportunistic, can bring you into contact with a wonderful association or friendship, or maybe even a relationship which has that possibility, and this can help you once again to feel a lot more secure about the fact that you're stepping outside your comfort zones to make this happen. Cancer, you're going to find that this is a time of quite a lot of change around the home and the family, so expect that there will be a lot of travel or away from your usual home routines, or you could be finding yourself connecting with people on all different levels or in all different places. Your career goals and aspirations, this is a beautiful time to have support and strength in your goals and ideals. You may even find yourself quite proud. There's a bit of recognition coming along here, so it's good to see that you've put that energy and effort in and others are recognizing you for this. For those that are looking for work, of course, you may need to also step up to the plate. Take pride in creating a role that is perfect for you, and perhaps this is pushing yourself forward and showing them that you do have what it takes. Financially, an excellent month. You'll find lots of new incomes, new sources of making income, or looking at ways in which you can invest later on down the line. You're up for this. You want something to stimulate your senses, and there's nothing like a little bit of money or material well-being to bring that about. Health and well-being, of course, you need to take care of the head this month, okay? You could be finding yourself doing a lot of thinking. Sometimes you're feeling quite confident and other times you may not be. You could be finding you very forgetful, you're losing things, or you're finding yourself very preoccupied. So taking care of the head could be very significant for you. Your relationships, don't give in to indecision. You may be finding yourself questioning your partner's feelings or whether or not you are well suited, what plans you should be doing, and therefore you may be finding yourself kind of dropping the ball when you should be really picking it up and playing the game. So Spirit's saying here, don't get caught up in indecision. Don't start questioning yourself. If it wasn't meant to be at the moment, it wouldn't be happening. So maybe there's something a little bit more in this lesson or in this journey together. For those that are single and and looking. Somebody or something has got you second guessing, and perhaps they are not correct for you right now, or maybe you're not correct for them, and this is why you're going through that should I or shouldn't I. It's not saying don't be open for some social agendas or plans or goals, but it doesn't mean that you need to rush the end result as well. Leo, you're feeling a little bit frustrated where the home and the family is concerned. Obviously, you have quite a lot on your agenda and you feel like everybody's either leaving you out or there is nobody there to help you through. Just take your time, because you could find that this is just a little bit of impatience or impetuous on your behalf, and you'll find that things do settle down by the end of the month. Career goals and aspirations show this is a beautiful time in which you need to go back and reassess a lot of what you have been trying to organize or get into place. There may be a restructure, there may be an audit. You could be looking at the financial ramifications of whether a promotion or new job roles would be possible for you. For those that are looking for work, this is of course a time in which you are processing the way you want change to come about. Perhaps it's been a while since you've gone back to study. Perhaps it's been a time since you've asked for yourself whether you really do like a particular job, or is there something that you need to open up and improve on your credentials to give you something a little bit more. So it's a really strong month of contemplation. Financially, lots of money going out, not enough coming in. So watch your pennies. You could be finding that this month really does test your patience and tolerance. Things will break. You'll find yourself kind of spending more on outdoor excursions or trips or little things like this, and just be careful to double check your bank account, because you don't want to be losing funds through being double charged either. Your health and your well-being, look after the 6th house. You may be finding this is in and around the bowel and the lower intestine, pelvic area areas. You could be finding yourself really needing to take care of isolating anything that you have been eating or not putting a lot of attention to remedying or fixing, because this month it could bring you back to a point of feeling a little bit blocked up there, okay? Or you could feel yourself feeling a little bit stagnated in your energy. With your relationships, this is really going to be a time in which you can find yourself opening up and stepping outside of what your usual routines are. This is a chance to let your partner take the lead, or perhaps others. Just take things as it comes, rather than feeling that you need to be so organized. And for those that are single and looking, I guess, you know, chance or fate is stepping in here. Right place, right time, right energy, right people. Perhaps you've been observing someone for some time and you're about to just step forward and take that leap. Perhaps somebody has been watching you from the sidelines and they're about to approach you. Hello Virgo. Well, you have a time of a little bit of resistance going on in and around the home and the family. You may need to look at ways in which you can better get on with everybody, perhaps put in some new routines. You may be looking at ways in which you can feel a little bit more comfortable in your own space. However, it does show here that sometimes we need to trust ourselves. When something is right, it will just happen. When it isn't, don't try and push it. Career goals and aspirations show that this is a more relaxed month. You may be able to find yourself being able to step back, take things in your stride, and also enjoy the momentum that goes there. This is fantastic if you've been waiting to step into a better position or gain the recognition from somebody who you've been hoping has noticed your hard work and effort. For those looking for work, of course, this is about taking everything in your stride. You might find that the right advice, the right information, or the right direction opens to you. For some, this could just mean a physical. For others, it can just mean that you need to physically be prepared to take things on. Your finances indicate taking things back to the home. The home and the family will be very prevalent. You'll be finding yourself nurturing your financial goals, wishes and wants. For some, this can mean that you're spending on family, and for others it means that you're spending the energy on beautifying yourself. Your health and betterment, you may be finding that this has a lot to do with the 5th house, which is the house of children. It also is the house of the heart and the spine, the house of Leo. This is a chance for you to look at where can you successfully put things back into perspective for yourself, but also there may be a very strong connection or link to your health and betterment and family genetics or the hereditary line. You may be finding, for those that are trying for babies, pregnancies and births and children are very successful in and around this period of time. Relationships, this is about you not giving in to doubts. You may go through a period of time of questioning your connection with your partner, with yourself, with your environment, or just your everyday thought patterning and where do I belong? How does this happen? Do I follow through? Do I not? Spirit is indicating it's not a time to really give in to doubts. However, it is a time in which you can find yourself functioning a lot better once you step outside of that fear or that approachable area of conversation, because we all have one in a relationship. There's something that you want to know a little bit more about. There's something that you want to talk about, but you feel you can't do it or you can't bring it up. Spirit says step back and let things flow more naturally. If it's meant to pop up, it will. For those that are single and looking, I think it's about you really looking at where your independence is this month. Where have you been so used to other people telling you how you should feel and what you should be doing and how you should be getting on with it? Well, now it's up to you to really find that flavor for yourself, and who knows, by doing so you may find yourself in a much better position to meet the right people or to open yourself up to new friendships and new development. So Libra, what do we have here for you? We have here a lot of happiness and success around the home and the family. You may be finding this is a beautiful time in which you can reach some perfect commitments for yourself. And this is a time in which you may be beautifying up the home and balancing things out for unexpected guests, or maybe you're just doing it for yourself. There's something that's got a little bit of attention to detail that you can't wait to get into. Career goals and aspirations indicate that this is going to be a beautiful time in which you can not feel so lost or so at an end of a situation because you're ready to open a new doorway. It is almost like as if you've been patient or tolerant with those around you and circumstances, and all of a sudden that project or that area is about to come to a little bit of a closure and new areas are opening up, enabling you to really get reinvigorated again for your career path and your goals. For those looking for work, you may be finding yourself looking at options which put you in a better position. Perhaps you went through a recent redundancy, there was a restructure, maybe something casual didn't turn into something permanent. You will be looking at alternatives throughout this period of time, and I feel you've got something quite good coming up within the first 9 days. Your financial areas, this is all about car, travel, transport, being able to get things moving. You're in a very strong planning stage and you're motivated to see as much results as possible, so it's not going to be unusual for you to really put a lot of energy into your financial rewards area and see these come together quite great. But for a majority, you may be just finding you're spending on transport or vehicles of some sort. In connection with your health and your betterment, watch out for in and around blockages with the sinus, ears, throat, in and around your intestines and your stomach area, or blockages that are going on within the body itself. And these can be emotional blockages, mental blockages. It can be that physically you feel a little bit blocked. Look at where you are within yourself and reassess, what do I need to clear out or clean out in order to get things back on top again. Relationships, a very rewarding time, and you may find yourself spending a lot of time connecting and stimulating your partner into remembering the things that were so wonderful. And by doing this, you may be planning trips and looking at ways in which you can stimulate not just the conversation, but bring things up to another level. Perhaps you're starting to look at your partner in a different way and you're thinking, oh, there's something new I can discover here. For those that are single and looking, of course, this is all about stimulation, so you may be finding yourself open to social events or structured learning, and you could find that you meet some very compatible or very invigorating people around you which can open up a potential love interest. Scorpio, you're going to be finding the home and the family is all about getting outside your comfort zones, and you may be finding a bigger sense of freedom coming up, clearing out that space, getting everything back into line again, and maybe this is going to make you feel a little bit happier and content within yourself. Fantastic if you're planning a holiday. If not, then you're just going to start seeing yourself opening up the space within the home and the family. Your career goals and aspirations are going to need a little bit more of an adjustment, and you may be finding yourself needing to be more patient or more tolerant with people or circumstances around you. No use pushing for something to happen if it's not ready to happen right now. You're better off waiting and getting the best of the best when it's the right time. For those that are looking for work, well, it's going to be a time of flexibility. Part-time or casual work could come up, apart from being able to walk into, or opposed to being able to walk into, something more permanent. You may find that you need to settle for something right now rather than something that's going to be long term. However, I do feel it will work out to be quite beneficial. Financially, unexpected surprises, gifts and bonuses, and everybody wants to hear this, and you may be finding yourself pleasantly surprised to know that you're going to be able to spend that money in places that you have hoped or wanted or wished for some time. So you could be on the right end of a very generous gift from the universe. Health and well-being take care of areas to do with messages through the body. So this is your nervous system, this is your thinking and your speaking, this is the way you're interpreting. You may be finding yourself feeling a little bit like a live wire, can't sleep or rest of an evening, and then other times when you need that energy, you feel that you're kind of preoccupied and you're tuned into everything else around you. Relationships, don't let other people or situations interfere with the cozy connection you have with your relationship. You're tending to find that little jealousies or petty little words could be coming up, and you're feeling a little bit claustrophobic because of this. You feel like it's closing you in, and Spirit says, no, come on, look at the bright side. You've got a beautiful connection with people around you. You just have to allow yourself not to be too critical or allow others to kind of dampen your spirits where that is concerned. Of course, if you're single and looking, lust is a very big factor. This means that you could be finding yourself very much attracted to someone, or somebody's very attracted to you, but is this love? No, it could be just this chemical creation that you've got going on that invigorates you both to join, but it's not long term. So don't go jumping in with both feet and think it's going to be fantastic and start planning for 6 months down the line. This is just a casual connection that could just bump all the right places and give you all the right energy to open things up for you to feel a little bit more confident for the right person to come in. Sagittarius, the home and the family, you're going back over the past. You're feeling a little bit like you're reconnecting. You could be finding yourself doing this in many different ways. Perhaps you're going through a bit of a reunion, catching up with people you haven't seen for some time. Maybe this is about you looking back at where you were or what you've trying to achieve, and of course you're bringing this back into your everyday planning. Your career goals and aspirations, beautiful time, lots of favor sitting around here, lots of good balance. You'll find this being a spectacular time in which you'll be able to make some very good headway with agreements and alliances. Also, you may be finding that for those that are looking for work, this is a chance in which you will be able to find yourself entering the right agreements, partnerships or alliances in which to get you from one point to another very quickly. And of course the phone needs to ring right now, okay? But what you're going to find is that this is actually a time in which it's going to be very beneficial for you, and you're going to find great successes coming through. So just follow through, right people, right avenues, right doorways. Of course, with your finances, there is a lot going on behind the scenes. You're going to need to support this with the right paperwork, the right information, and the right connections. This could be a time in which you feel like you're signing the dotted line. Great for those that are getting their taxes done, or perhaps there is a few areas that you need to look at, such as support income or insurances or something similar. This is the time in which you'll start to kind of ravel through that and find the answers you need. Health and betterment, look, take care of areas such as your eyes. This is about clearing the body out, so also detoxing. You may be finding yourself breathing in fresh air and really expanding upon your betterment and well-being because you're letting yourself kind of open up to wonderful changes, and this is going to be beneficial to you, not just now, but also in the long term. Relationships, you tend to be feeling a little bit uncertain. Part of you has felt a little bit disappointed or let down or critical of your partner or those around you, and you may find yourself nitpicking a little bit, which is not going to serve you any good, by the way, because guess what, that's going to come back to you as well. So Spirit says look bigger, look at the bigger picture. Don't focus on what isn't happening, focus on what can. For those that are single and looking, of course you're going through a transition time at the moment, and you may be feeling a little bit lonely or a little bit left behind, or you may be finding that you're kind of looking at yourself and go, what do I need to change? Why am I never good enough? Get out of that headspace. It's not you. It's just the timing of life at the moment. And things are going to look a lot better around about September and October this year. But maybe right now you're just focusing on getting that vibration up and just being open. Capricorn, what do we have coming up for you? Well, Capricorn, you're going to be finding that this is a time around the home and the family that you're wearing many different hats. Perfect for those that are looking at business and investment, or if you are looking at changes in and around the home, you're going to have the flexibility and the adaptability to be able to get it all done. Career goals and aspirations indicate that you're going to be finding a very strong time of focus. Now, you may be a little bit hemmed in, so you're going to have to do everything by the book if you're going to get into anyone's good books or good favor. And of course, those that are looking for work, you may be finding that this is going to be a bit of a challenging time. However, you can get this done. What you will be finding is that your major focus is on one step at a time. So if you've got interviews or certifications or updating your CV, you'll do everything as per time and energy. Then that way you've got it all ready when you need it the most. Financially, this is going to be a very worrisome month for you. You could be finding yourself exerting your energy over what should be paid. How do I pay this? Am I going to have that income? Perhaps you're obsessing so much about it that you're actually not seeing what you really do have in front of you. You're more concerned about what isn't there. Your health and betterment. Take care of yourself. You could be finding yourself flitting off into different mind spans or focusing on different things, and you're finding because of this you're looking at everything but you're not really looking at it, you're looking over it. So Spirit's asking you not to skim over issues to do with your health. If there is problems with your eyesight, book in and get a test. If you are feeling as if you're a little bit displaced, it's probably time to ground your energy with some really good food or good vitamins and minerals and a good night's sleep. Whatever it takes, this is where you're being prompted to look at your betterment and well-being. Relationships, don't worry. This month is going to be a lot better than what it has maybe in previous months, except I do get here, don't put the pressure on the situation. Perhaps you've had a very busy time ahead. You may be finding you and your partner have had different schedules going on, and now this is the time to say, well, hang on a minute, can I do this right now? Or it's all last minute. And this is where Spirit's going, don't stress, take the pressure off, everything will be okay. For those single and looking, look guys, you're going to be finding that there is the best of the best that comes when we least expect it. Go out for that cup of coffee, take that stroll by the beach, go and watch the birds land in the tree, whatever it takes. And by doing that, you actually might find yourself meeting really lovely people in which you can connect with. But at the moment, Spirit's saying stop putting the pressure points on having to have something in place right now. Perhaps there is more of a favorable time or balance for you to have a little bit of time to wait. Aquarius, it appears that you are putting a lot of energy into being very cautious about your home and your family, what you talk about, what you don't talk about, how you conduct yourself and how you don't conduct yourself. You may be finding here that you're also very cautious about your finances or any investments that you may be making during this period of time. Career goals and aspirations are telling you that there are a few limitations sitting around you. You will need to take a little bit of extra care. I do feel that you will find that a majority of this has to do with the fact that you are feeling as though you've put in so much energy, but there's only so much you can get out of this. Perhaps it's better for you to wait for a few more months down the line before asking for that promotion, or perhaps you may be finding that you just need to head down, bum up, and get the work done as is. For those that are looking for work, there's slim pickings this month, so you may be finding only casual or part-time, or you're viewing things from a different perspective, saying if I take this then that will be okay right now, but I'm really looking for something more so, you know, on a grander scale. And I feel that that is basically what you're left with. There is nothing else going to kind of pop up this month to make it sound even more appetizing. Financially, you are being shown here not to give in to the dramas that are going on around you. You may be finding that financially you're going through a very looking at your material well-being and betterment, looking at your money and feeling as though you're clinging to situations around you. Try not to get too wound up about this, because I do feel that a lot of this will settle itself down. There will be more than enough when you need it, and you'll find yourself feeling a lot more relaxed when you can let go of the expectation. Health and betterment, you really do need to take care of your jaw, in and around your throat and your neck. You may be finding yourself going through times of needing to clear out your tension from your throat, or speak up, or get yourself into a point where you can feel that you can accommodate for your betterment and well-being. Stay flexible. You know, there's no use sitting there stiff and agitated if you know that if you can just move around and just get the body to be a little bit more relaxed, that will release the tension as well. But they're just saying just go with the flow rather than feeling you have to stick to anything too regimented at the moment. Relationships, step back. Sometimes you cannot be responsible for the way other people feel or think, and you also don't want to feel that you're responsible for how others may perceive you. So it's a chance to step back and really see things on a much bigger or grander picture as far as relationships are concerned. Now, for those that are single and looking, of course, the word is don't put the pressure on. There is no need. You know what you want, you know what you need, and if it's not coming from a person or a situation, this is your indication that it's not meant to happen right now. Pisces, your home and family is all about home and family and celebrations and connections and all of these wonderful things. So you may be finding yourself spending a lot of time talking or working with your siblings. You may be finding you're retracing the family tree, or really involved in areas in which you feel very happy and very connected where the home and the family is concerned. For some, it could be births, pregnancies. It could be that there's children and fertility sitting around here. Whatever it is, there is some really beautiful news. Your career goals and aspirations are all about balance. Everything you're hoping to achieve will come together. It is about you putting the right energy in and seeing fantastic results come from this. However, Spirit does show you here that the settlements or the agreements could take a little bit longer. For those that are looking for work, you may be finding freelancing opportunities which enable you to go under contract or agreement could become quite lucrative for you later on in the year. However, right now you may be shoring up your bets. Financially, this is a time in which you're going to be finding yourself really making some strong headway. If you've had some accounts that you've been wanting to clear up for some time, you may be finding yourself in a very fortunate position. This may take a little bit longer, but I really do see that this month is really going to give you that sense of relax where your finances are concerned. Your health and betterment, look, you've been down this pathway before, so it's an old issue cropping up again. Watch out for your joints, your bones, your teeth. They could be areas that are giving you a little bit of havoc. Perhaps you've had something that's been slow forming there and it's finally starting to come to the surface. This is a chance for you to kind of nip it in the bud before it goes any further. As far as relationships are concerned, this really is a time in which you're going to be finding yourself looking at ways ways in way you can spend time with those that are important to you. Long-term connection, mature connections, parents, grandparents, or the traditions that you really want to bring in. And I feel that this will be a significant time in which you will be able to look at this as a way that you can advance through. Now, of course, if you're single and you're looking at times in which you may be looking at long-term commitments rather than short-term ones. This is very positive for those that have been kind of in and out or rocky all over the place. Maybe it's time for someone to start popping the question, or it's time for you to really start feeling that it is ready for me to settle down right now. Well, I thank you all, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed your Tarotscopes, and I know that June is not going to be easy whatsoever. I can assure you. You're going to find that there are times that you are feeling quite structured, everybody. You're going to find that this is a time of conflict, and you're going to need to back down and see the other person's point of view. You're feeling quite sensitive to events or situations around you. We're in the mid of the year. You feel you should be excelling forward and making so many headways on those plans and goals, but Spirit's saying just slow down. This month you've got time, okay? You don't need to jump ahead too fast. What is going to improve is the fact that your attitude's going to improve. You're going to find you're nurturing yourself. You're focusing that energy inwards, and because of this you may be finding a lot of those answers that you've been externally waiting to appear are all of a sudden starting to come together for you right now. So really, this is your time in which to take charge of just doing things as they happen. And then by doing that, you may be finding yourself in a much happier and settled position.